Wednesday the 6th of August, reporting. I'm actually going to put this, publicise it, that there has been an assassination attempt, and I'm reporting a crime, another crime against humanity, but this time it isn't a slow release, it is speedy. My local fruit and vegetable stores, which is supposed to be my blessing from God, has been corrupted by the devil. In other words, I am being punished by the government of Hertfordshire County Council for speaking my truth. I have suffered in silence for a very long time and forced into compliance and conforming to their wishes and feelings, their systems of abuse. And where has it got me? It just got me into nowhere for being a law-abiding citizen. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a lunatic. I'm not a maniac. So they got away with kidnapping my daughter. I've made that public. And now they're punishing me because they're saying that as a claimant of state benefits, I am being rewarded for their wrong behaviour because I couldn't do anything about it. How am I supposed to put a stop to these evil bullies? It's impossible to put a stop to something that they're saying is legal, but I know it's illegal, and God is, as my witness, knows it's illegal, and I could not put a stop to it. Even if I had the best solicitor and the lawyer in town, I could not put a stop to them because they have more power, political power and legal power, to destroy my human rights, my parental rights, and any other civilized rights in England. It's not as if I haven't tried the solicitors and lawyers, because I have. And it gets me nowhere. I'm getting even more death threats. And where is it coming from? So I have to publicise the fact that it is because I have been following the far right government that the far left government has organised the crime against humanity to treat me as if I am Putin, or to treat me as if I'm Donald Trump, because I have been following the far right. I have been subscribing to them, and I had agreed to the truth. However, what is disgusting and despicable is the majority of the far right is speaking partial truth, and the other half of their story or testimony or work is a purchased lie. So it's a mixture. However, on the other hand, the far left extremists have purchased the lie to destroy the truth, which makes them a fascist. The far right government, on the other hand, has purchased the truth to destroy the lie. But what both of them have wrong is that they're playing gods and goddesses, because no amount of money or legal or professional pursuits to destroy that which is evil is going to destroy evil. the obscurance of justice, the perversion of justice. Nothing can destroy the devil. Nobody can. Only God can. That's what makes them puppets and strings. That's what makes politics and governors and representatives of them extremely dangerous to subscribe to. Now, I remember very briefly speaking to somebody who has known me since my girlhood, since I was a young woman, and my young adulthood, and they had warned me and said, be careful who you subscribe to, because they're all going to be playing a game with you. And they're all players. They're all political players and extremists that are going to totally destroy everything in your life for not agreeing with them, for speaking up against them, for exposing them as the devil. And I had been warned by the people pleaser. I'm not going to say the name, but I have hinted who it is since my girlhood. I think people who have been loyal to me and loyal to my God, who is Jesus Christ, will figure out who I'm talking about. Since my girlhood, who has known me. So this threat, which is globalism, is no joke. They want to make an icy cold storm through this eco-fascism. And what are they? Are they the elites? Are they the royal families in England? Because they operate through the current police system, and they have used the term echo, which is very significant and a hint, because an echo sort of bounces. It bounces, it resounds, it spreads, it passes over to the next at a very fast rate. And the fact that they're using the AI system, which is 100% evil, to operate the Antichrist, to kill anybody by death threats and actual death, that opposes them or speaks against them, where the blood will run cold. And it's a very scary thing to happen to me, because I have done that recently. I've opposed them, and I said, no, I'm not interested in you, and no, I know who you are, and no, get out of my home. No, you're not my hero. No, 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 no. And because I've mentioned their names, because I have previously mentioned their names, they came back for revenge. So I am making this video to say that last night they had physically attacked me. It's the same as being attacked by a burglar, a rapist and a robber. So it was the far left government that made it look like it was the far right government. And they punished me for following and subscribing to the far right government. And so what they've done is they've tracked and traced my WhatsApp and all my communications on WhatsApp. They've tracked and traced that in connection to my local fruit and vegetable stores. They've arranged to smear, as a smear campaign, to ruin my reputation in my local Hertfordshire County Council that has lasted for nearly 10 years now in connection to their unlawful kidnap. And then they've made conspiracies against me. They've set me up on the internet to make it look like I'm the stupid one. I'm the one who doesn't know what she's doing. I'm the fool. I'm the ugly one, the ugly duckling that nobody wants. And I'm the cursed one, while the actual cursed are living as the blessed and fast spreading as the film. I think the film is called Mad Max through Mel Gibson. I haven't watched it. I've only watched 2 of his films, which was The Passion of the Christ and Apocalypto. To come to realization that they're the devil's advocates, because they would go to every nation, these fascists, including my local shops, religious places of worship, and social gatherings. And they're so crafty to blend in as a type of a chameleon or a type of army individual to say that we're on your side, but they're not. No one would suspect that it is a fascist. No one would suspect that it is there to punish you for not voting for them or for not agreeing with them. And they have weaponized stupidity, the dumbest people about. We all call them dumb dogs. They've weaponized the bitch and bastard society, or the scum of society, the low life. They've weaponized the internet against anybody who stands up against the term is anti-Semitism. That means I support Israel. So they would attack you for supporting Israel. They will attack you for speaking the truth in the power of Jesus Christ, not in a political power and not in a social. It's just speaking the truth through Jesus Christ, regardless of where I am. If it's a social setting, a work setting, an education setting, regardless of where I am, speaking the truth through Jesus Christ, regardless of the situation, regardless of the environment, regardless of the atmosphere, always speaking my truth through Jesus Christ. I have to expect. I have to know and be alert and aware that the devil is around. The devil is there because I'm speaking truth through Jesus Christ. So that's the whole focus on the persecution of true Christians, because they will speak the truth by freedom of speech, regardless of the situation, regardless of death threats and life-threatening situations. They will always stand up to the truth and not welcome everybody. But those who are false Christians will welcome everybody. And so this is the problem when it comes to civil unrest and civil war, is that social settings, religious places of worship, and the shopping industry are obliged to welcome everybody. this is what makes fascists so dangerous. Neighborhoods, workplaces, social gatherings, entertainment places, they have to keep the door open and welcome everybody. Which is not entirely 100% truthful. It is deceptive. To say it's okay, we can all come into the church for public worship and welcome the devil in it too. It's okay, we can all go to the shops and welcome the devil in it too. It's okay, we can all live together in one neighborhood and welcome the devil in it too. It's okay, we can all send our children to the same school and education system and welcome the devil in it too. So one drop of poison will poison everything. So that is not entirely speaking through Jesus Christ, because you're being deceptive. You are misguiding people. So this is the importance of Jesus saying, shut the door and pray in private, because these are military operations that can have a handful of bullets, and they would create a crisis. They would create a conspiracy. They would set off a car alarm in the distance, as they're doing at the moment, at 6 o'clock in the morning, and make an excuse and say it's a passing cat that has set the alarm. But it's not a cat. It's done by deliberation. And so they can be darting these invisible weapons of hostile environment, and all types of weaponizations. That is an invisible enemy coming in to what I've just described, and they're not being monitored, they're not being checked, and I seem to be the only one exposing them. So all of a sudden, I fancied a snack by midnight, which was fat-free, some fruit, not that acidic really, but full of vitamin C, some blackberries. And I took a handful of blackberries and ate some. And then in the morning, 4 hours later, or 5 hours later, suddenly my heart had stopped. I'm not having a heart attack. To have a heart attack, you have sharp chest pains. So I've never had a heart attack. Never in my life had I had a natural heart attack. I had a supernatural heart attack where they made me take slimming pills and pre-warned me that I could have sudden increase of blood pressure. I don't have any problems in my blood. I'm not diabetic. I don't suffer from high cholesterol in my blood. My bloods are normal. My red blood, my white blood cells, they're all normal. And I'm healthy. But I am fighting bacteria in my stomach that has been causing me problems, irritation, and all types of allergic reaction in my stomach due to drug pushers. Now, we say that they're legal drug pushers. We say mental health services are legal. But to me, to have a system imposed and to be forced to take psychiatric drugs or else be threatened by injections. That's what they did to me. And so it's a torture. And they got away with it. So I remember that backdated to 2008 all the way to 2016, end of 16. And I wanted it to stop. Nothing that I have done or said or hoped for could make the system stop. Because the system works the same as a robot. You're overdosing me, you're hurting me, you're harming me. It's not right for me. It's my care plan ignored. It's total control, and a total abuse of power. That's how I would describe the mental health services during the death of my ex-husband and the divorce of my ex-husband. And that's what's happened. Where they silenced me and poisoned me that way, which they call lawful. They call it legal. But I call it drug pushing. Putting pressure on you to take treatments that's not suitable for you, or for me that has been misdiagnosed or mistreated. Many people have sued the NHS, and that's what I'd like to do. Never got around to doing it. It seems impossible. So the point is, they've done something which has been legally protected, and they know that they have failed to make me lose my mind. They have failed to make me commit suicide. So they know they failed through a system. Now they're doing something illegal, which is also a power of abuse of power, which is to put poison, different type of poison, on my every time I visit a GP, for example, a doctor cannot be trusted. Every time I visit my shops, anywhere I go, they're looking to poison me by biological weapons. So they've smeared my blackberries. They've turned my local grocery shops, which is my local fruit and vegetable shop, which is like 25, it's about 35 meters, like a very long hospital ward. If I was to walk from my home all the way to my local fruit and vegetable store. Now, I don't know if the members of staff are aware of the fact that my order that has been set aside in a cardboard box, somebody come into their shop, befriended them, or possibly even works there as an internal, to take the opportunity to poison my order. Because I've been shopping with them for about a year and a half to 2 years, and they have been closely following my orders by WhatsApp. So the members of staff are probably not aware of the fact that they're smearing my fruit and vegetables, or they are aware of it. They're aware, they know too much. So that means they're ganging up. They're coming closer and closer to attack me for my eligible state benefits, which is severe disability, targeting me for this abuse, against my disability, against my recovery, against my truth, and against me and my independence. To say that I like being alone. So to have that balance, I like to be alone, but it is not God's will for me to be alone forever. And every opportunity I had to be with people that had honoured me, I had loved these people that have honoured me. But in a work setting, but I don't know anybody in a casual setting, only my daughter. So they destroy the love between mother and daughter. We don't love each other. We don't honour each other anymore. They want to destroy all my true witnesses and only put false witnesses there. So it's worse than a smear campaign to ruin somebody's reputation. It is worse than that because they're using military style operations to know the area where I would travel to, including my taxi services, which I very rarely go out. So this year I have only been out twice. Last year I have only been out twice. But I noticed suspicious activities going around. This is what I mean by military style operation. From an evil bird eye view, they could see the map. They know where I'm going or where I plan to go because they have access to my mobile phone. So that's the first strategy, which is militarization on me. Non-criminal. I'm not addicted to anything, but I'm making false witnesses, but I'm using my social network so that I am socially isolated for 20 years of my life through the same oppressors and bullies who have been bullying me in this two separate ways. First of all, I said it was a systemic abuse that they say was legal and lawful. Now, second of all, they're doing illegal things. Twice they've attacked me. So that's 20 years of my past that they have covered themselves legally. And now they're looking at 20 years of my future to attack me illegally. So they know that they're criminals and they're protected. So I had to then unsubscribe from everybody who is a far-right government. This is what I did last night. I then made a playlist of all the 50 to more than 50 attackers on the shorts on YouTube, saying that they're behind the scenes, that they're under my path to obscure me, to deny me justice, to block any true witnesses. And so there's more than 50. There's a large group, celebrities, ordinary individuals, a large group of people who are saying I'm mad. They're saying that I'm the one who's lost her mind, that I'm talking to myself, I have no witnesses, I have nobody on my side, and I'm the ethnic minority that nobody wants, and the list is endless of accusations and insults founded in the shorts. So I've taken a brief amount, a small amount, which is 50, but I couldn't put all of them in there, just some of them in my playlist, so that my true witnesses can witness how it has been activated through social media to weaponize my social platform, my friends, which has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with the military. It has nothing to do with the police. I don't have friends that know police. I don't have friends that are military trained. I don't have friends who are gun owners. So it's totally unfair to say that I do when I know that I don't, and my God knows that I don't. Because if I did, I would know who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know if there is a friend out there that are friends with the police, that are friends with the Navy and the English military. I don't know if there is a friend out there on social media that has all these things. If there is, I should know about it, right? But I don't know who they are. So, because I don't know who they are, and I have not met any of them, it's unfair to accuse me and to viciously attack me like this. If I knew who they were and I had met them face to face, so I may be spiritually connected to friends that have guns, friends that have military training, friends that have are friends of police officers and doctors and nurses. If I do, then I'm spiritually connected, not physically connected to them. So I've scarcely missed the hot heat of those who are attacking me and using biological weapons in many ways, plural. Like, it's multiplied and fast spreading. That's what makes it scary. It started off with black magic through being spiritually attacked, and it ended up with being physically attacked and death threatened. That my daughter's she's not bothered whether I live or die. That's what the education system had indoctrinated in my daughter's head. She was separated from me in a sense of fear. My daughter had tremendous amount of fear, forced